Happy birthday. It's spring. No, it's not. It's freezing. Polar Express. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? YouTube user, best channel name ever. The heater's on, but I've been 3D printing with stinky filaments. And so I've got the room vented and it's cold. So that's what's up. Yeah. Hey. So listen, I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but it is the first day, right? Officially, 22nd. It was baby girl's birthday today. 22nd. She's 8 years old. I hate the stinky stuff, bro. I like the PLA way better. I've been using what I have left, which is ABS and ASA, and it's stank. So I mean the heat's on. I just turned it on, but I also have a fan sucking out of here, so it's counterproductive, you know, a little bit. But it actually will warm up, but it's also like sucking it right out at the same time. Best thing about Christmas, free windows. This was a Barbie box. There's some scratches, but I'm cheap. It's nice having it around sometimes. Even if you're just going to make templates with it, because you can see through it to mark holes and then transfer. So it's kind of all right. Rick and Roy, what up? Mountain RC, Mike Bird, YouTube user. Brian Chambers, Pops, JCB. Who else, man? Mike Bird. Yeah, I got a Christmas Barbie. Thanks. Yeah, so her birthday's the 22nd, and then of course Christmas is coming. So I know one thing she got. She got like an old school like RC Barbie Corvette, dude. She didn't get it yet. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, dude. My wife's like, I wondered if you thought this would be cool. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Tim Smith, Tom Butler, what up, man? Printed my C-17 first flights today. Nice. Nah, man, I got the room stinked up, so I will, Dad. So I've got the room is venting out the VOCs, basically. I was thinking about rigging up an exhaust, but man, as soon as I'm done with this ABS and ASA filament, I won't buy it anymore. So I can live with the PLA. But I'm still thinking about rigging up like a for real vent. No, they don't. People don't send me planes anymore, man. I'd love to have this Super Scorpion though. I've done videos on it back when it was new years ago. Right here on the channel, I think I might have done it for the other guys though. I can't remember now. if the big orange scorpion is on this channel or my former place. Yeah, bro. Depending on the filament, CVO. Yeah, it's the styrene that's in the ASA and the ABS that makes it stink. I'm pretty sure is what it is. I'm getting close. I've been printing off an SCX6 body, so they're long prints, super long prints. And like I said, I'm burning through this stuff I've got that I really wasn't using for anything else. So it's such a massive print, dude. Yeah, it's cold. And we were out all night ice skating. So I'm basically just still dressed. It's funny, man. I decided to print one of these internationals because I had the files already. So I was like, let me print a big one for the 6, you know? And I'm not far from done now. But after the fact, I thought usually I like the back trucks to have the lid on them. I don't like them open. Like I'd rather that be a Bronco full on instead of the cage stuff. But on a big old SCX6, a little 2-door Land Rover would have been cool. But I'm already I'm past it now. I'm it's not far from done. But man, when the prints, that I know it's a plane show, but you guys know I haven't been flying. It's winter time. I have not been out. So I mean, we can talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about what I've been doing, and you guys can talk about what you've been doing. But I'm gonna talk about what I've been doing, which is that, 3D printing trucks and junk. Philip, what's going on? But we can talk about it for sure. And it's the holidays. I hope you guys all get what you want. I started building a mantle today. 103-hour print finished for you this morning. Yeah. This is going to be a lot. What's up, Wild Bill? Each section is about 11 hours, 8 hours, depending. And the bigger the thing is, the more inclined it is to fail adhesion on the print bed or warp. So I've got some finish work to do. And I mean, I knew I was going to have 0.12. Man, that is low. I mean, you still have to finish them though, don't you, anyway? Free files usually suck, but if anybody's got an answer for Roy, let us know. I'm using the Bamboo X1C. It's got the AMS thing and it's contained, which is nice in this cold room. But that's another thing I've noticed. The ASA and the ABS, I never really felt like I needed to wipe the fog off my windows and junk. But I need to clean this printer now after printing those filaments. So I am sold on the PLA that I've been using. I've been using just matte PLA and loved it. But I owed it to myself to try the other stuff. And so I knew what I was talking about. So I've had some. I actually like the PLA carbon fiber a little bit for certain things. I had a silver silk that was okay, but really the PLA basic matte finish stuff has been my best. Um, PLA plus, I'll try it. I'm sticking with the bamboo filaments though because and unless I can see that they have the bamboo does list some other brands filaments in their stuff, and so I want it to be something that's in the software setting wise because it's just so nice when it already knows what it's doing. But yeah, I like the PLA matte finish basic, and then the I have the clear PETG for like headlights and stuff, which is cool. And the PLA carbon fiber has been all right. It's kind of brittle, but it's okay for things. You're setting it up on the I button, huh? That's cool. What's up, Jerry? Updating AS3 plus. Nice. Francis. What up, man? Kenny Rogers in the house. Yeah, I mean, generally with the printing knowledge, it's learned by mistakes, I'd say. I've used some hot glue to save the day. When these prints I've been doing lately, there's so much to the supports that I'll fail one. The whole thing's fine, but one of the supports is getting loose, and I'm like, this is going to be trouble. I'll have nothing to support it, if I don't. And so I saved a print yesterday with some hot glue. I paused the print, hot glued some stuff, the supports down. And the thing too is the ASA and the ABS print hotter than the PLA does. That's another reason why you get more off gassing, but it's the styrene in it that stinks. Even when you cut it, it's cutting it like grinding on it. Bro, yeah, I can cut PLA, it's just no big deal. But when I run into the CA glue joint, it's the worst. It just stinks so bad. But when you cut the ASA or the ABS, I haven't cut ASA yet, but when I cut the ABS, it just stinks. I'm just using CA glue for that, Dell. Yeah, Axel, that's a good question. I'm not sure anybody knows yet, what that's going to entail, if it's going to affect us. Doesn't seem to yet, but a lot of times these things take time to show. Yeah, I'm just using CA. I did buy some epoxy today, or plastic something or other, for some of the gaps I know I'm going to have on this and the warps that have happened. And dude, I'm cheap but it's the time more. Like if it ties up the printer for 12 hours or something, like I want to make that piece work. If it comes off the printer, for sure, I want to make it work. Like there's some less than perfect on this big one I'm doing, but it's all right. We'll see. And I mean, I'm new to it as well, and it's pretty something to ask these things to do what we're doing. I feel like. Side grip 16. Tim wants to know if anybody's been flying. I guarantee you these guys have been flying, setting up planes. Jeff's going tomorrow at 9:30. Axel flew a heli from RC Era. Is that Taylor Swift's RC company? See, man, this stuff is rough. What I hate it too because it's keeping me out of my room. I want to be in this room. When I have free time, I want to be in his room. I did get an early present right there, ready to run. Toyota LC80, looking good. Surprise gift from one of y'all. Thank you. Yeah, and I kind of thought that might be what it was. 24 by 13 by 13. I was like, that's gonna be a crawler. But they didn't. It's Fair RC, to be completely honest. The FMS version is the gray one. And I'll bring it over here and show you guys in a minute. Keith Christie, what up? Thank you, man. Yeah, the Viper will drop, especially if you slow it down. I mean, that's the thing. If you slow it down too much. Noons, what's going on, man? Noons, you got that old Corsair with a folding wing. How'd that go for you? You filmed the Maiden or something? I thought I saw a thumbnail. You guys need to share what you guys are doing with each other on the RC Pilots Lounge Facebook group. Still very light on the wing loading. That'll help. Yeah. Roy got the integral air tractor and a balsa Corsair converted to electric to Maiden. Nice. Eclipse and Model T. Sweet. This print might end up done in a minute. Let me see how much is left on it. Flew nice. That's cool. Jordan just started a 150 Cessna 182. Nice. I still got 3 hours on this print. So crazy. David yourself, what up? Yeah, it's 75% done. An owl jet. Nice. Don't know what it is, but Congrats. What's up, Jason? Arrows F15 and the 1.3 Cherokee. Dan's got to put together. Nothing to it. Nothing to it on those. Those are nice. Yeah, I was imagining like if I was selling the house and they came back in the sunroom, they would be like thinking I had a meth lab in here or something. Send it, Stinky Prince. Dang, 16 in the box. I thought I was bad when I'd sit on one or two for a minute. That's for real. Huh. I'm just going to print until I run out of filament, bro. I mean, I'm telling you. I've even broke the pieces up a little smaller than I would normally because I think I'm going to run out. Dude, I mean it's huge. Yeah, SCX6. I mean, this is going to be stupid. You know how big it is. Dude, it's going to be all right. There's some less than perfect stuff happening, but I know a guy. I'll be able to finish it off and make it look good. But definitely big pieces like this. Actually, really none of it warped too bad. This ASA, hate it. Warped the worst out of everything. The only other warp I had really was just a little bit on the ABS. I can make it work, but this one's the absolute worst. And I mean I'll make it work too, but it's bad in a multitude of ways. The warp on it. But after hours to make this, and I already know, I mean, there's a ton of finish work on it. And the way I patina and fill and sand and all that stuff, I'll be able to make this work. But Jiminy, you know what? If I did a two-door Land Rover without any of the bullshit on top, I'd have been done printing a body by now. I don't think it's too much heat. I think it's just the size of the thing. And if you get one little part that comes off on the bed, it can change things. I mean, it could be me even taking it off while it's still too warm. You know what I mean? Instead of letting it cool all the way. Because until I started with the ASA, that was the only thing that happened. And it looks like I pulled it off like and compressed it. That could have been me. But it'll be all right. Oh, dude, it's stupid. It's. I mean, this is the axial SEX6 size. I mean, it fits inside it, dude. It just doesn't even have the back on it. Isn't that nuts? Yeah, temperature fluctuations, and I guarantee I'm having them because I'm in and out of this room being weird about the heat. Huge. I can believe it because I had to get into the chamber to salvage this print from going completely south. You know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me, if I am the reason why that warped. I'm not worried about it. It's a RC toy. But it's Kelly's fault because he pulled off a blazer, and it's amazing. But I'll get a good idea what finishing ASA and ABS is like in direct relationship to PLA. The front red part on that big print is PLA. The yellow is ABS, and this gray stuff here is ASA. So we'll see how it finishes. The climate is definitely a thing. Yeah, I'm out here in this room that I usually have the heat on in, but I've had to keep it opened up basically to vent this nasty out. So it is not great. Yeah, Jason, thanks, man. It will be. By the time I'm done, it will be fine. It will be fine. I mean, man, other than that, it's going great. What's up, Andrew? Happy holidays. Other than that, it's going all right, man. It's and they're not as heavy as you think they are. Fred, what up, man? Definitely particular. Some stuff sticks to the bed better too, right? Like I haven't had to do very much. What's up, Shay? I haven't had to do very much with the PLA. Keep the bed clean. I got a heater in here, man, but like I've said a million times tonight, I got to open up the windows to vent the stinky shit out. So it makes it cold. It's wintertime. But it's what I have to do if I want to be able to be in here because it's gross. It burns my eyes. And I went and got a mantle. Well, I didn't buy a mantle, but I got the stuff to make a mantle. Well, yeah, the outer edges are all solid, but the infill is. I should pull one off that's failed so I can show you. I forget what it is, but it probably is 15%. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Looks like barnacles. That's the inside. But yeah, I got lucky I even saved this print. And it went hours. And then a couple supports started to go. And I'm like, I paused the print and hot glued them. So I had to open the door, a couple times. And yeah, it's in a cabinet, but still, it can't be helping me. It's pretty strong, man. This piece in my hand is ASA, and the yellow stuff I just showed you guys was ABS. I like the PLA. I don't think it stinks as bad, and it's fine for what I'm doing. And it prints at a lower temperature. It's a little more energy efficient, and it's fine. But it's just so amazing that this stuff does it at all. I mean, I think this is crazy what it does. I mean, these little barnacle bits, I need a tool to break them off. You're asking about the strength. And you can do the supports a couple different ways. The one thing I don't like about the trees, I think the movement is more jittery than if you go with regular supports that seem to be more linear. Thank you, Dad. That seem to be more linear. So I like them, but I also think there's a time and a place for them. But this is the and these aren't really necessarily made to be strong, but this is a ASA support. But again, this is made to be a support. It doesn't have a weave in it or an infill, nothing to make it tough. I bet I couldn't break a piece by hand hardly. That's actually a printed piece. So the piece I'm printing right now, I'm not doing the trees because it's just because it's so big. It's so big, and I wanted to have support for as much as I can. And so I also have the opportunity when I'm setting it up too, and I've learned this over really this big dog print. I can also set a brim on the bottom, and I can determine the width of the brim. So anything to help, especially these big ones, bro. Like a few minutes, big deal if you lose a print. But if it's an 8-hour, 12-hour, 10-hour print, son of a gun, bro. You don't want to lose it. Exactly. My brims are like 20 right now or something. I think they're 17, to be honest. 17. It definitely helps. And I'm still not using any glue on the print bed at all. I just clean it. So I'm about to get some Aquanet. I mean, this printer's putting it out pretty nice. I mean, it looks pretty good for as fast as I'm going, I think. I don't feel like I'm going super fast. Fred, what up, man? Azir's in here. I tell you, big print jobs like this, though, makes me consider the recycling thing a little bit. I need to look into it. I haven't checked it out yet, but whatever. So yeah, that's the trees, the organic type supports. And I think it depends what you're doing, man. I think sometimes that's fine. And then other times it's not enough. Yeah, my bed's like the textured bed, so I can get away with it most of the time. Sometimes I don't. And then this is more of the when you don't pick the trees, you get this full. So this was laying like this along the inside of one of my doors or whatever. Are you designing your own stuff, Shay? See, man, all these files that I'm getting, I couldn't sell them anyway. There's someone else's. But yeah, I mean, it's really thin. You don't waste a lot. And because there's so much of it, it doesn't have to be as thick as the trees are. And I feel like it's less jerking around on the whole machine, which is also going to help with bed adhesion and things like that. Like, dude, this thing looks like a solid chunk in there right now. Yeah, they're not very. One pass thick. My stuff is doing what it does, man. I don't really mess with it too much. I pick certain defaults and then I go for it. I just want successful prints. So I'm not messing unless I have to. So you're designing your own. Yeah, none of this stuff is mine. They're just files I'm printing. I mean, I'm changing them a bunch to size them up. but they already exist. I'm not designing anything. So there's benefits from either. And I do know the way I want the print oriented on this stuff. On especially this one. I know what I want. It's I mean, you saw the body is basically half. So I'm able to cut it in the software pretty simple. And when you drag in a chunk onto the thing and then you select a cut, rotate it 90 degrees, cut it again, then you've got, a couple pieces that are perfect. They're going to go together, in the same way with the rest of it, which is another reason why once I start on one, I don't want to mess around and do anything else until the pieces are done, because I do not want to have to reinvent it. The old school Christmas house. Oh yeah. DR1. What's a DR1? No alignment pins. I just glue them flat. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to do that. If there's a button for it, then I need to know. But if there's not a button for it, it ain't happening. You know what I mean? If the Bamboo software can't do it for me, then I'm not doing it either. A boat. Nice. Yeah, it'd be nice having them. I've built some from buddies printed off for me that had like alignment stuff or screw together this, and it's nice. It's nice, but I've been gluing them together all right. But yeah, it would be nice to have them. But there's things that I would like to have that if I wait to have them, I'll have nothing. So I just move forward with it. But yeah, why wouldn't you want to recycle this stuff? Especially these big jobs. Holy crap. I had a lot of supports in the garbage. I'd reuse it, man. I mean, tons. There's a brim I was talking about. Yeah, I'm not doing any color changes. I'm painting them, you know. But it's neat. Starts off as a tree and then it will solidify it enough to print on where it needs to support it. I use a brim on these big parts. For sure. That's it. Make yourself some gloves. Look at this. Look at this. So sick. I'm going to show you guys that print in a minute and probably beat it. Bro, this thing looks really good and it feels good and it drives super nice. This is the FMS LC80, man. And I had a ton of Toyota stickers left over from my FJ55 build. So, man, I did me some. I Toyoted it out. I got some stuff going on the side. I did this mountain sticker thing. Yeah, the windows. And then I had some leftover axial stickers. And this is from an anonymous, this is a gift that I received from one of you guys. And I'm super thankful. Thank you very, very much. Dude, the suspension is super nice on it. Ready to run. Super nice. And man, you can tell, and I really do have some experience with some FMS trucks. And bro, this thing feels really good, really legit. You can tell it's a little inspired from TRX 4s, but it's just really well done. The lights are magnetic, the way they turn on. Yeah, this is the mystery package, the 24 by 13 by 13. And because I know a little bit more about this than y'all do, I thought this might be what it was. I wasn't sure what color, but I thought this, I was surprised by the whole thing. But this anonymous person also got me the Michigan last year. And so that already gave me a little context. I'm like, yeah. And then the size of the thing. It's super nice, though, dudes. Super nice. I'm keeping it on the stock radio for now, too. Yeah, Fred, yours looks good, too. And I think this is definitely going to be an overlander for me. But this Fair RC version, I don't know if the FMS one's the same way, but these are like metal beadlocks. This is FMS, Fair RC, FMS. It's a very nice RTR, without a doubt. And it is so quiet, dude. I ran it. I got it yesterday. It actually was early. And then the body comes off. It's got these little tabs on it. And I'm going to go ahead and break them loose. So when you put the body on, see the magnets back there? Yeah, that's the switch. I mean, that's the connection for the lights. But man, ESC receiver combo, battery in the middle, just like the Traxxas stuff. Really nice inner fenders, a clipless locking body design, nice rock rails, killer suspension, chassis mounted servo. It's nice. It is super cush. So I know the oil in there is not super thin or anything. And like I said, I've done a bunch of FMS crawlers. This ain't the Jimny. This isn't the FJ40. This isn't the Michigan chassis. This is its own thing. And they're nice straight axles, which I like. Nice chassis. And I really actually like the chassis, how it's flat at the back instead of a bunch of different moves. It's flat at the back. And yeah, it's the FMS radio, which is probably, yeah, like a Fly Sky deal. You can flip the lights off and on, and it's got 2 speeds. I unplugged the turn signals already, which was super easy to do. There's a and these come with XT60, but you can fit your IC3 batteries on them. Don't ask me how I know. Very nice. Very nice. And if I were gonna change, and this looks like a really nice compact transmission. It's not quite what I've been used to with the Jimneys or whatever, but I might have to just cut into a cross member a little tiny bit if I put on one of my 2-in-1s that I like. But I'm not gonna mess with it yet on the power system, because this thing's still on stock power too, brushed. The Travelall is going to probably stay brushed, and the Golden Nugget's going to stay brushed. That's going to be smart, man. Till they start sending me brushless motors to review, I got to go easy on it. But this looks fantastic. And yeah, you just turn these little cams here, and they release the mechanism. It's like a like a door bolt when you turn the doorknob, but there's one on both sides. Pretty sweet. And then if you don't want the turn signals, it's almost like a light receiver. You can see it in there. I just unplugged them. And it comes with a bunch of stickers too, and another bumper. But the overland stuff is on it already when you get it. And I am so about building these things, man. I've been building. But, dude, this is a nice ready to run. And I'm super thankful to have it. And next time I go out, it's coming too. I want to take this one out and the Willys wagon out. Super bad. But yeah, I had these leftover decals, man. So I did it. I put them on it a little, I put them on it. I think it is maybe a Fly Sky. It's probably not branded that way, but I think that's what it is. But yeah, it's like a 6-channel radio system. I'm not changing it because if I do, I mean, it's already got an ESC receiver combo in it. This can do a ton of things. Yeah, man, it'll change your life, Fred. My buddies that have the SCX6s love it. And then it came with a bumper. You can put a big old rough and tumble bumper on this, or you can leave it pedestrian, is what I like to call it. This is the stock bumper it comes with, but it's got a big bull bar situation, kind of a low rise stinger, and it looks good too. I may do it, and a couple extra little light buckets that you can put on there. But yeah, these all light up, man. Brake lights, headlights, and fog lights up there, and like a metal fleck kind of paint. It's for $3 or whatever they're asking. Dynamite. And it's so quiet and smooth. And I'm not even mad at these tires. I usually change tires right away. I'm going to run them. I definitely like the B-blocks, but I am definitely running them stock for now. For now. This truck may end up with Patagonias, which I have. I can just take them off something. But it's a cool Toyota, man. I was looking at one of these in real life one time. It was like a 92. And my wife thought it was crazy to buy one that was that old. But it was clean. It looked good, and it had a lift and everything. It looked good. It's warming up now because I turned the heat on. I was doing brushless on them all right away too. But man, I'm not made out of it, man. I gotta be frugal. I'm sitting on a can right now. I got one brushless can that I don't know what I want to put it in. So I'm gonna. The thing is, I'll run it and then I'll be like, man, I wish I had the. This one's liable to definitely stay brushed because I think the ESC receiver and the radio is pretty all right. Exactly, Fred. Yeah, if the drag brake's not a piece of garbage, I won't roll with it. Especially now because I'm into it so hard. Like there's something like this. Definitely, I went brushless. Brushless. They're more performers, but like if I'm gonna wait on a motor, it's the trail trucks that I'm gonna wait on. I mean, I love my 2-in-1s, 2-in-1 in the FJ40, brushless in the FJ45, brushless in the Willys wagon, brushless in the CJ7, brushless in the FJ55 trail truck. Didn't need to be brushless at all. Brushless in the Red Cat Gen 8. Michigan still the stock brushed motor, but I put the Spectrum ESC receiver in it. And I'm able to really dial it in on my radio, so it's fine. I got a brushless in the Land Rover, but it's coilover. So these leaf spring things, man, it's like, man, I'm going to leave them brushed. I think I'm going to run this travel all and see what I think about it. Yeah, if the brake's good, that's all I really want. And this is the only one I have that does have a chassis or axle mounted servo. It looks good, man. It looks good. And it is nice having one ready to just go. You know, like I'm doing so much work on these things. Um, it's kind of cool having one ready to just rock. Options are nice. But yeah, dude, I owe that power system a chance, is the way I feel about it. And the transmission, golly, it is very smooth. It's so quiet. Tires are nice and sticky. They kind of look like a mix between a Mickey Thompson and a monolithic and a super swamper. But I mean, they did good for me even in the snow. I put up a little Facebook or Instagram of that yesterday. Yep, always thinking about the next truck already. And Wild Bill, you know what I'm talking about. If you saw that Onyx Challenge, that little two-door Land Rover, I think I want to do short wheelbase, but I kind of want to do it on that CX6. Two bodies. I do have to paint, but not that Toyota's done, bro. I'm leaving it. It looks so good. I'm leaving it alone. The only thing it's going to get is stickers, and I'll experiment around maybe with the wheels, but I think it's pretty dialed in. It's pretty dialed in. I like what I saw out of it so far. I wanted it. I didn't think I was going to end up getting it, or being able to get it. So I'm glad. I like the suspension is good on it, dude. The shocks are good on it. So man, you want to scale rock crawler with all the stuff, bro? The lights, inner fenders, all the things that you don't normally get for $300. This is not a bad choice at all. At all. And it's a good size. It probably is bigger than 10th scale, even though it's kind of it's in the 10th scale category. But it's I haven't done the math on the real one yet, but maybe I will. I like it. I like it. I want to see what it's like on a 3S. You don't have to be smart to do a bamboo, obviously. Look what I'm doing. Let me show you this print I'm doing at the moment. And you'll be able to see how much of it, like I say, a lot of what you're looking at is going to be supports. Let's see. Right. And the Michigan's like 1/6 or 1/7. A lot of that is just supports that you're looking at. It's the perimeter parts are actually what will be left. But you can kind of see if I move myself, you can a little bit see it's part of the front end that this is. So all this here is just supporting a firewall that is yet to come. %82 done. But it's still 2 hours or something. Yep, 2 hours. Is it that much more waste though? And man, it's like I'm less liable to warp. I'm less liable to have any trouble with bed adhesion. And these are big prints for the 6. I want it to be successful. So I'm choosing what I think is the best for that. That's that. That's that. Too much time to get it wrong. So on this big print here, I've had better prints with the regular supports like that, actually. I'm saying. So who's got skis or flying floats for skis, man? That's what I want to know. What's up, boss? But yeah, I mean, man, that I'm starting to come down the other half now. So I'm in a way in the home stretch, so to speak. And I'm anybody do subfloor at a house? You want to stagger the subfloor substrate instead of just butt joints. You stagger them some. And so now that I'm coming down the other side, and also because I'm like hoping I don't run out of filament, I can't plug in a new one to. Like at this point, I can run out of ASA and reload it, but I can't run out of ABS. So this chunk that I'm printing here, I cut a little bit off of because I'd rather see this print to completion. But in the future, again, I had all these different filaments because I needed to try them out. But in the future, I'm going to have all PLA, bro. All PLA. And then it doesn't matter if I run out. I just reload it. You can't switch. You can switch colors, but you can't switch filament types very easily and think you're going to have success. I've tried it. Even playing with the temperature. We saw it the other night. I think this may be the 3rd attempt on this one before I got it, and I'm not happy with it. But this project, I'm not throwing away any of my plates right now because I'm like, I may go back to them. Paul's got snow skis on his timber. Awesome. Day after, looking real good. Nice. I've seen those guys with those hot staples. It's not an awful idea for joining some of these pieces as an extra. Boss been looking at the big Spitfire. Bill's like, sorry, I don't get snow. Which Trojan you get, Philip? You get snow one day a year. Good for you. Oh, man. I got floats on my beaver right now. That's a good idea. I've done it before. I just urethaned them up a bunch of coats and went flying on the water with them. Oh, the 1.1, nice. That'll be killer. That's a good little flyer, man. Rippy long stocking. Floats on them all, says boss. Snow float flying is pretty fun. That's why I don't put water rudders on them. Yeah, they nailed that, dude. They nailed it. Man, first time me and Mike did, we're flying a PBY in the snow years ago. Yeah. You just got to make sure you don't dig in the wingtip floats, but that's the same to be said on the water too. Floats for your X-Fly Otter. Nice. And honestly, all this talk about waste and stuff, like I more than likely will not be doing another monster SCX6 body. So it's really less of a concern once this project is done. And it's another reason why I'm just going to reuse the floor that came in the Jeep instead of printing off the floor files that I know would need cut up like crazy anyway. So keeping it simple there. Real flight tomorrow. Fly in, Wild Bill, I assume. I'm actually off tomorrow, but I got a lot to do around here. Anybody else fly a PBY on the snow? Yep, Bill said yes, sir, on the real flight tomorrow, guys. Check it out. Bill, you've been putting up some truck videos, haven't you? I need to see them. I need to check them out. Flying off wet grass or snow is fun, yeah. Dad used to do floats and sea wind and water planes in the grass, man. He'd use this white silicone, like white lightning lithium grease or whatever, silicone grease on the hull, and they were fast. They were quick. There you go. Yeah, the Tidewater will do it. It'll do grass too if you grease up the hull. The ASA does seem like it's pretty tough, though. Just working with it. I'm curious to see. I mean, this one body is going to have 3 different filaments on it, so it's going to be a real interesting. I'll learn a lot when I sand and finish it. We tried to fly on water once, didn't we? Sea wind, dude, with the ratcheting elevator push rod. Uh, if it wasn't for that, it would have been butter, dude. Butter. Dell wants to know what time it is now. So I think he goes 9:30 Eastern time for the real flight. Yeah, it's 9:04 for him right now. Water's fun. It's different because you gotta be willing to get it, go get it potentially. That's why my first water flying, I actually really enjoyed doing it in Muncie at AMA in what they call Lake Begone, because it's only during the wet part of the year does it exist. And if you have to get in it, it's only up to your knees and it's grass. No rocks in it. It's just grass. So nothing was going to nibble at your toes, you know? Dude, who watched Notre Dame yesterday? Anybody? Or Friday? Got rid of your Aero Scout? Oh, sweet, boss. Well, you guys have a good one. I'm going to dip in about 5 minutes probably. And have a good week. Have a good Christmas time. I'll be doing a whole lot of that tomorrow and on Christmas Day, but I'll be working Christmas Eve and day after Christmas as well. So it'll be a whirlwind of a week. Thursday's what? The day after Christmas, I'll be here. Wednesday night, Christmas night, my crawler buddies, Harley and Matt will be on. Josh and Matt will be on. So that's the Harley Designs channel and the Scale Builders Guild. When's your show, Dell? These guys know I don't pop in a lot of stuff, to be honest. Sometimes I pop in on Monday, say hey, but I might. Eastern time, 8:30. Yeah, I'm still with the kids till 9:30. Have a Merry Christmas, Brian Chambers. You too. Thanks. Yeah, so we're doing this at 9:30 now on Sunday instead of 9. I was late, but don't tell. Fred, yes, man. Thanks so much. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, dude. Sick gift right there, man. Appreciate it so much. Dad, you've been amazing as well. All you guys, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out for so long. Jim Jumbuka, Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah, have a good one, you guys. I'm going to get out of this room, I'm pretty sure. I want to get a vid of, I do want to get a vid of this running. That's about all I can do these days. It's so much easier. I got another 2 hours left on this print, dude. And it's at like 80 some percent. But I'm almost, after that, I'll have that body's a 12 print piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's a 12 print piece. So 7. 4 more pieces, big pieces. If I can get, I'll run out of filament. It's 6 scale. It's the SCX6 from Axial. It's huge. I mean, this is just the back little tiny bit and half, right? So so I've printed it. I'm gonna bring it back up here for a sec. Know your Joe, you're looking at 3D printers. Awesome. If you go with Bamboo, man, think about I don't have a website anymore, so if you guys want to support the channel, the links are in the descriptions. I do have a Bamboo Lab affiliate, so if you go that way, consider clicking into any of these descriptions to get there. If you go Bamboo, I love it. It's been easy for me. So I use the 1/8 scale file instead of the 1/10. On my 1/10 scale Travelall, I scaled it up to 115.41. And on the big one, I went with the 8 scale files, which are already bigger, and went to 144. 144. And I could have been a little bit smaller. I've had to spin my links out on the SCX6 to get it to sit right on the arches. But 144 row. So I don't know what the math is on that for the real one, but So the red part is 2 pieces. Then there's a little slice there because this cut, I wanted to, this piece is right on the door trim. I try to use lines that make sense. So 2 red up here, a little one there, and I did a little one here. I can't even see where it is. There it is. I did a little one here. It's only about that big, because I wanted to cut on the door. So 1/2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the back is 6. This will be glued on here in a minute. So yeah, and then the other front, and on this one, like I said, I'm staggering the joints now. So this next piece doesn't have a little piece here. I just decided to go ahead and it's actually going to be cut about where you would put the side mirrors at. Because I'm like, I'm going to weather it there and patina it there. That's a good place for a cut. So yeah, so this next piece goes to about here, up to the red, and then I'll be going back from that. So I'm going to want to stagger it a little. So I'm going to cheat here and there and see what I can do. But I am kind of okay with going into smaller sections now because I'm getting close to where I'm going to be running out of stuff. And like I said, I'm going to use the interior Lexan floor pan business, maybe even the roll cage inside of this from the original SCX 6. Probably. Yeah, this is so stupid big, man. I mean, I do like the yellow ABS color. But yeah, I got this. I sliced this in a way where roof and side pieces are together instead of cutting the roof off of it and doing it that way. I think you pick and choose where you want to seam it. If you do it right, it'll help keep it nice and straight. I already cut out for the shock right here and a little bit for the shock tower and transmission. But this centers up, and the reason why I printed off a side first is because I wanted to see how it's centered up on the arches. I wanted to check my math out. And I could have been a little smaller in 144, really. Yeah, because I stretched out the links. So yeah, I could have been a little smaller. It's so stupid big. But I think it'll be big and nice to do finish work on. But with me, I just plot the points. I'll show you guys if you want to see real quick. Let me throw this on the chassis. Real quick before my eyes burn out all the way from being in here. So gross. I got to make some more shelves, man. Yeah, definitely bigger than the CJ. And really, compared to a lot of stuff, that's a good size Toyota. I might as well stand up to do this. This is a huge monster of a truck, man. I think it actually looks really good on the arches. But man, this thing was just sitting around, so it's cool, man. I'm glad to be using it. Can you tell? It looks blown out weird to me. Hold on. You guys see it? It's hard to. I don't know if you can see the rock rail. Yeah, there it is. The right here. I can take it off. I can lower or raise this bed, but this ride height. But basically, it sits right on it there. Not bad, right? Not bad. It's pretty okay. I'm thinking I have some opportunities. See the line on the bottom here? If I need to at all, I can carry this over, cheat into this, cut that line, and same thing and round into it. Will be the only mods I need to do if I do any on this for the wheels. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty sweet. And you know this body, I mean this is it'll be fine. And I got some wiggle room still. It's hard to hold this all. Um but like I said, I got some opportunities. If I need to come here, I can. You know what I mean? Just a tiny bit, maybe. But I'm not reprinting it to get it righter than this, you know? Dude, the glare looks weird to me. Are you guys seeing it? Because I can't. I want to show you the front too, so you can see how much of the tires are poking out. Because it's just right. Yeah, the yellow is rough. and I can't see what I'm showing you because I'm on this side. But that's about it, man. I know when I'm looking at it, I got it pretty good. This thing will be painted. It ain't gonna stay that way. But these are huge, bro. See how much is peeking out on the tires? Not much at all. Like one lug, basically, is what's poking out. Not bad at all. Like one lug. Yeah, this is the big axial. This is the big axial. But I mean, for first shot on the math, I think I did all right. Um, I got a little more trimming, I think, to do on that there, and for the shock, but that was a preliminary. But that's it, and then I'll use the axial floor in here. But dude, you can see all this mess up here. If I just did a 2-door or a 4-door open top Land Rover, I'd have been done by now. Yep, this is the axial. This is the Wrangler, but the Honcho is good. Same chassis. I just heard a beep. What beeped? I wondered what he was doing in that video. I haven't seen it yet. I've been talking about it too, man. I'd love to do FPV on uh, all kinds of things, but I think a crawler would be super fun. You heard the beep? Yeah. What the hell? Beeped. I don't have anything on. Might have been a squeak. It's a heavy truck, without a doubt. I don't remember how heavy this is, but it's up there. That's why I feel like if you go out in the woods, make sure you have a rope and a tool. You need a tool to undo the drive shaft so you can pull that son of a gun out. Otherwise, you're going to be carrying it. Without a doubt. %87 done. 87% done and ran out of filament. That's what the beep was. So that's what it was. And I already know the ASA is not going to go on this. Well, I know it didn't go on the. Actually, I'm going to try it. It didn't go on the PLA, but it might go on this. Might as well try it. Shit. Same temp. Well, here we go again. It actually is at a spot where I can fake it from there. It's at a good spot to find the cut, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So if this doesn't work, I'm going to break it off there where it doesn't work at and try to print the rest ASA style, because I actually have a pretty good. Pardon me, real fast while I look at. I want to see what layer it's on. $581. That will be good to know. So I know the ASA didn't like going on top of the PLA, but it was also a big problem with the temperature. These print at the same temp. So as long as the extrusion is similar, I think I might be okay. Let's keep an eye on this for a minute. I guess I'm not going to go yet. Because I'm at a spot with this print where I actually might survive it. And another reason, let me get this. I'm going to show you guys what's happening. Another reason why I like these supports instead of the trees is because look how straight the lines are right now. I have such a better chance of stuff sticking this way instead of a bunch of individual circles like on the trees. No, Dad, I got to get some. I'll get some after Christmas. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I actually think it's going to work this time. Yeah, and I use both, Rogers, but from what I've learned on this big, massive print is that I about lost this print yesterday, and I literally hot glued some of the trees that had wiggled and broke loose. And so if I had printed regular supports, I wouldn't have had that problem. And I almost lost this, which was hours, So I'm weighing out my risk and reward here a little bit. So the other day I tried this and it was PLA going to ASA, and the temps, even though I dialed in the prints, bro, the temps, it did not seem to be helping. And it was also trying to do it on trees. So every little circle wasn't sticking well. Because I'm big old flat situation, I have a chance. No, Rogers, but I was at Lowe's. I almost bought that stuff today, but I was in a hurry to get to a Christmas thing. So I just got the wood for the mantle. And I didn't get a fart fan or anything yet for creating an event. And honestly, when I'm done, when I run out of this ASA and ABS, I won't buy it anymore. Would you still vent the PLA though, bro? If it's you, Rogers? And right now the computer's doing so much, it's like buffering a little bit and not showing you very great what's going on. But dude, there's like an hour and 20 minutes left. If I can keep this print together for that long, I'll be all right. Exactly, dude. Yeah, I'm just gonna be out of. I won't have any more of this. I've got 2 rolls of ASA and I'm done forever. That Mac has had a bad life. What do you mean? Yeah, I think I'm gonna be all right. So the only thing that it's working on now is like finishing the firewall off and a little bit of the tub in the engine. So because it's not on trees, ABS to ASA, I guess, is gonna work. Stronger when you need it. What, I go from ABS to ASA? What's the question, Rogers? I don't mind the feel of the ABS. The ASA gave me some troubles at first, but I learned a lot too, to brim it out and that kind of stuff. But if I had to choose ASA or ABS, I like the ABS. But I really like the PLA because it doesn't stink. What game are you watching, Roy? This one, the printer. I think it's going to work this time, which is awesome. And that's why I didn't shorten it enough, but I absolutely have no ABS gone to waste except for the supports because I just spin it. Okay. Wild Bill wants to know if anybody uses lightweight PLA. After this roll of ASA, I have one more. There's no way I'll get this truck done on that. I don't think. that it's actually in a really good spot where even if the only spot I would maybe worry about the adhesion on would be this little bit here. But I can make it work even if it splits apart or cracks. I mean, if you glue pieces together, why can't you glue a piece back together if you had to? So you can see it's starting to rim out. It was very close. It's starting to rim right here. That's the tub for, so the firewall's done. And then there's this little, the rest of the fender and the engine tub is really all that's left. The rest of the window part is done. So I've just got this little bit here to rock on. So no more supports, just straight up infill and sidewalls. I'm so happy this is going to work. All right. Yes. And I was venting the windows out. I just had the window open and then the fan in the window. I boxed it. So the window's not open like it was. It's just literally the fan sucking out. And so it's holding the heat in here way better now that it's up to temp. I'm just using CA, Philip. Bro, I'm using Kicker, and I buy the bigger bottle now, but medium CA is what I'm using. And then I have some of this stuff from Kelly that I've used too, which it's CA, but there's no kicker. Instant. It's like super glue. Trim Lock brand is what this is. Big Jim, what's up, dude? We're about to go, but I was going to split a while ago, but then I had an emergency on the printer again. That looks like it's going to actually be all right now, which I'm so happy. I'm so happy with. You have no idea. It's a lot to keep organized when you got to cut these things into so many sections. So the body, like I said, the body was 12. The big 6 scale body was 12 prints. This little one, well, it'll probably be 14 with the hood. So this one was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It was 4. 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's not the bumpers or the interior, but the body itself was 5. The big one's going to be 13 or 14. 12, but the hood will probably be 2 on the big one. Oh yeah, thanks, Philip. I am in love with this right now. All I have to do now is mount the body to the chassis. It's done. Windows are in it. Oh, this time of year, I'll tell you guys a secret for windows. You got little kids in your family getting toys. Keep the plastic. Where'd I set it? I've been making windows out of this kind of stuff. This is a Barbie box thing. Windows or see-through templates. It's perfect. The windows on this thing and the Golden Nugget are all that front window, the back windows, and the wing windows are throwaway trash. Throwaway trash. Free candy inside. Yeah. Your mom sent me to give you free candy. Thanks, Philip. Yeah, it will. It will. Some way, shape, or form, it always does. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Let's go. All right, guys, let her rip. I live a beautiful life where I manage to avoid the news at most all costs. Here's what you got to ask yourself. If they know Joe Schmo is flying his drone at the school and he left at 9:55 in the afternoon, in the morning, he took off at 9:55 and he's flying at Humboldt Park or whatever, but they don't know what these are, whose these are. What's the point of us telling you what or where we're flying? So it's two things. Just super incompetence, which could easily be blatant, outright lie. They know, they can't say. Isn't it always a diversion? I mean, what do you think the Great Deception is going to be when it goes down? What do you think it's going to be? They're already prepping everybody. They've been talking about UFOs now for a minute. And they wouldn't even admit it before. And now it's like, no big deal. UFOs, oh yeah, all the time. So if you ask me, one thing that could be considered a huge diversion is thinking that you're out here by yourself just by accident spinning out in the universe. Another big, huge deception could be that these things are from somewhere else and not another, I hate to say dimension, but if they're a spiritual entity, it makes more sense to me than it does being from Alpha Sector 56 Gamma or whatever. Something crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'd just be prepared like that. I feel like I think there might really be stuff out there being weird, but I don't think it's what they say it is. It's too easy. Aliens. I mean, if the devil's biggest trick is to let on like he doesn't exist, then to perpetuate the alien thing makes more sense than talking about angels and demons, doesn't it? It's kind of like if you acknowledge that it's spiritual, then you also acknowledge the anecdote, and the powers in power don't want to do that. Their job is to keep you from Christ, not drive you to him. So maybe that's a heavier answer than you were expecting, but That's a little bit my take on it from a guy doesn't know nothing. Just for entertainment purposes, by the way. Just saying. What do you think it is? Oh, I don't doubt maybe the realness of it. I just don't think it's what they say it is. And again, the minute if I'm right and you acknowledge that, you've just undone the whole point of culture, which is to get you so wrapped up and busy chasing stuff that doesn't matter at all that your eyes are off the real prize, which has been under your nose the whole time. It's the distractions and the things that make us feel like we're not doing well and have blinded the third eye that we've all got. What's up, Kelly? Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm making tiny trucks and talking about planes and trying to be a good dad and enjoy myself. I mean, that's what I'm doing. You know, watch some X-Files or something, and you'll be good. Yeah. Carrot dangling. You know what I mean? Looky over here. Because all this other stuff's happening back there. Back here, underneath, middle of the night. But looky, Beyonce. I did watch Tremors. It's amazing. Yeah, the Y-Files is fun, Bill. It's fun. Yeah, Brian. Do they know who they're talking to? Come on, man. They get all this technology and they don't know bull stuff. Baloney. If they want, they already know what I'm talking about. Right. Anyway, get right with the Lord, man. That's your best bet. He loves you. No matter what you think about yourself, he loves you anyway. It's hard to remember sometimes. And it's not about deserving it. It's a free gift for anybody who will take it. None of us deserve it. That's the point. But it's for everyone. Beautiful as it gets. And if you want to know why things don't bother somebody, if they're resting in that, that's why. I'm not worried because it is what it is. And it's written who wins. We already know. Crazy. All right. Love on your people, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Good times. This is why I have considered a Rumble just a couple times, because I would like to talk crazy a little sometimes, but I'm just, there was a time where, boy, you couldn't ask nothing without the threat of being canceled. And if you're anything on social, that's scary. Exactly why it's so special. Price has been paid for you and everyone else. And I think it's too good to be true for so many people is why they can't believe it. But also when you believe it, there now all of a sudden is a barometer in which you need to behave and carry your conscience. And that's not for everybody. And that's too bad. Rumble, that's what it's for. Yeah, talk crazy. Love y'all. We're out here in 5. Hanger rats forever. We're going to switch hands. 3 later. You're too good to be forgotten. We'll see you next time. Bye now. Boom. Take care, y'all. Merry Christmas. Bye.